Hello there, Tallahassee Dodge Chrysler Jeep. This is Coach Stephanie with your monthly review for the month of April. Taking a look at your shops. We had a really stinky month in April for our shop category. We had two no responses and then two calls that were barely over the 2.0. One call was barely over the 2.0 mark and then a 2.84. So that ended with a 1.22, which was the lowest score you guys have ever had. In January, we had a 2.70. February was a 3.09. We then went to a 2.96. We had a slight decrease, but then have fallen to a 1.22. So definitely let's be sure that we're reviewing our shops so that we don't have another month like this. We want to be sure that we're taking the tips and the tricks in our coaching sessions and applying them to the very next call. You guys are so much better than that. I know that you guys have had some staff changes, and I think that probably has been affecting you, but please reach out to me if you need any help in this category, and I will definitely be glad to help you. I know I'm not your mystery shop coach, but since I do your one-on-ones, we can definitely focus on mystery shops for this month's one-on-ones if you would prefer to do that. Let's take a look at your inbounds. Actually, things have been going pretty great in the inbound category from what I recall here recently. I know in May I had a perfect 5.0 for Tyree, which was amazing. Last month, however, talking about April here, we did go from a 3.56 to a 3.60, so a tiny increase, but it was an increase, and I'll take it. And we've done a pretty good job of staying on top of reviewing our inbound calls. We only have 5 out of the calls we did last month that didn't get reviewed. So just please have everybody to make sure that they are reviewing those in a timely manner. We do have 3 for you, Anita, that need to be reviewed whenever you get a chance, and then we have 2 for Jessica that need to be reviewed. Taking a look at your certifications, we have Alicia's 100%, Elizabeth is at 100%, Jessica, Larry, and Anita, that, of course, because you have calls that need to be reviewed, you're showing at 81.25. Tyree is at 68.75, so we just want to be sure that everyone stays at 100% on their certifications. But man, Tyree has been kicking butt and taking names on his inbounds recently. I think he's had one bad score out of all the ones I've coached for him recently. He's really been doing great. I've been so proud of how much he has improved. Taking a look at your call quality report, guys, I love this report because it really gives you a very great idea of how you were doing with the script in comparison to other dealerships across the company. You had 15 calls last month that were in the excellent category. 8 were in above average, 8 average, 2 below average, and 1 poor. 20 calls resulted in appointments and 6 calls were offline. Now, 17.65% of your calls being offline is a little higher than I like to see. I like to see 10% or less. In a perfect world, I'd like to see 0, but obviously, 10% is a realistic number. But 17.65 is still well below the company average of 35.06. Surprisingly, the biggest thing that we look for, obviously, is to keep our numbers out of the bottom 2. We don't want to be in the poor or the below average categories. That's not surprising. I don't know why I said surprisingly, but you guys have done a phenomenal job with keeping your numbers relatively low, if none, here in this category. And there again, this month we ended with 2.94 of our calls in the poor category, well below the company average of 12.92. 5.88% of your calls were in the below average category. The company average is 20.86, and 23.53% of your calls were in the average category, which is above the company average of 17.63. Here's what I'm most proud of. 23.53% of your calls being at above average. Company average is only 21.15, and a whopping 44.12% of your calls were in the excellent category, and that is extremely well above the company average of 27.44. So what I'd like to see going forward is getting these numbers to just completely go away. No more poor and no more below average. And I know this team can do it. You guys are exceptional. A whole 58.82% of your calls resulted in appointments. The company average is only 34.41. I would love to see us hit 75%. That is my ultimate goal for this team. You guys are an exceptional team, and I know that you can do it. I will be following up with you in the next coming days to schedule your one-on-ones for next month. Like I said, if you guys feel that where you need it most is for your mystery shops, we can definitely focus on that if that is what you would prefer. However, like I said, I feel like I do want to take a sneak peek. I know that we're really supposed to be talking about last month, but just want to show you what I've seen so far. Tyree is average of a 4.09. Jessica, she's kind of fallen off. I haven't seen the consistency from Jessica recently. She's got a 2.78, and then Alicia being new, she does only have a 1.13. So I will definitely call you guys in the next couple of days to get you set up so that we can get our scores up for the month of May. So thanks so much. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal month. Like I said, I'll talk with you guys next week. But if you need anything from me in the meantime, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.